what does your investment portfolio look like? Is it all real estate or do you have other assets?
I have some crypto. I don't understand it, but a lot of really smart people do. And I understand that I have 24 hours a day of life, and I have so much brain power that I can devote to so many things. I punt in a lot of areas. Like, I'm going to get good at what I'm good at, and I'm going to trust other smart people in a lot of other areas. So yeah, a couple $100,000 of crypto, some equities. I love Apple. I can't really talk about stocks on here. This is not a recommendation. I personally like Apple, Facebook, Google, and Microsoft. I don't think there's 4 companies that are better than those. I think investing outside of that right now is a waste for me.
Do you buy indexes, or you just buy the 4?
I buy those stocks, yeah.
Those 4. And how do you think about every month when you get cash flow in, you're like, okay, I need X dollars for expenses, and the rest goes to investing? Or do you have do you think of like a rainy day fund? Just
yeah.
And numbers aren't as important as just like, how do you conceptually think about as cash flow comes in terms of, a lot of people I think are like, okay, cool, this all sounds awesome, but like, what do I tactically do? And everybody's situation is different, but I think that the concept of you got to pay your expenses, right? You should have some sort of like cash fund or emergency fund. And then everything else, like, is just, I think of it as like a savings account. Just keep saving into investments, and then just, hey, I'm never going to sell them.
Yeah.
Right?
I think there's 2 types of people. There's entrepreneurs and there's W-2 workers. As an entrepreneur, my goal is to build a machine that is an asset that can create capital and cash. And once you have that machine, you feed it as necessary, and it continues to create what you can. And a media brand is that, a business is that, it can be whatever. But yeah, I have what I need to live on, and the rest of it gets invested the best that I can into different buckets, equities, cash, and the majority of my net worth is in my real estate portfolio.
Real estate. And on crypto, talk to me about that. Like, what you say you don't understand it. What do you think about it? Do you think it's viable? Is it more of like a lottery ticket in your opinion, in terms of like maybe it works, maybe it doesn't? Yeah,
I don't think Jeff Booth and this the price of tomorrow and the deflationary environment, I don't think that those people understand this big aspect of our service economy and how much work it's going to be to actually, for humans, to maintain and build our world, and that technology advancing can only do so much to decrease the cost of everything. Some people believe that technology is going to take over the world and it's going to do everything, and humans won't really have a role. That, in that case, a deflationary environment where you use something like Bitcoin to spend and earn and buy works. But if your currency is getting more and more valuable and everything else is getting cheaper in relation, I don't think it encourages spending and growth and people to enjoy their lives. So I look at it as a store of value, and it's definitely something really serious that I know great things will come from it. I don't know what they'll be. So
yeah. And you just have Bitcoin, or you have other cryptocurrencies as well?
I don't have much Bitcoin, a little, and then Ethereum and Solana. I'm a Solana fan because I've toyed around with some NFT projects and some crypto projects, and it's a great learning experience.
What did you do with the NFTs? You sold a lot of these. You're like, oh, I played around with it. You sold a lot of them.
The tomato meme has just been something that follows me around Twitter, and people, everything I write, they comment on it about tomatoes and understanding scale, right? So we did a tomato token crypto on Ethereum. We learned a lot about Ethereum. It was a yielding coin, so we learned a lot about that. It was a massive failure because nobody understood the yield part of it, and staking is kind of complex for me and my crowd. And then we built a Bromato NFT project where there's 4,000.
We have some of them that we're pulling up now.
Yeah, 4,000 Bromatos. We had an artist, a really cool artist that we're going to disclose after we finish all the other projects that we're going to do with it. But I looked at it and said, hey, I'm an influential member that's not inside of crypto. I'm not an insider. I say a lot of ignorant things. I'm really thankful for the crypto folks on Twitter that are patient with me as I learn, as I put these soft opinions online on Twitter and get better and smarter. But yeah, we've released a bunch of these Bromatos, and we use it as a philanthropy area and also a community building tool to get a lot of new people into Solana. Going from Ethereum to Solana was excellent because the gas fees, there's no errors. The gas fees were nothing. We didn't waste hundreds of thousands of dollars on gas. Like the Constitution DAO was millions drained, right? And it was great, man. We're building a fun community, and we're going to release like female, we're going to call them babe matos. And then they're going to spawn, like we're trying to airdrop them like bro babies, like baby bromatos once a year. As Solana continues to advance, we're going to do more cool things with this NFT project.
What do people get when they buy these tomatoes?
Right now, just to hear me goof off in the Discord. But I think it's 10%, we have a 10% royalty. So when they're traded, we get 10% of the funds, and that's been 100 sold so far. And half of it is going to buy more Bromatos that we basically put on ice, and half of it is buying bromados that are then auctioned off on Twitter to raise a bunch of money, which was really fun. Where, you know, some big name folks that I'm not going to disclose have some with the plans of like auctioning them off to raise a bunch of money for their favorite charity. We've raised over 50 grand so far. That's been a cool angle. And I think Solana has a lot of potential. So as it gets new tools, we'll do some fun things with it.
Can you talk about your strategy with it? Like, did you just hype it up on Twitter, release them all at once? Like, how did you
No,
think about
so
that?
you have to prepare for a mint. We actually had to invest about $20,000 to $30,000 to get the project. We had to do all the art. We had to get, you know, all the different attributes. We had to build them on the chain, and then we had to build the website and actually mint them, which was just a little bit of hype, but we made them really cheap, like $20 each, no gas again. And so we sold them all out for 80 grand in like 32 minutes, which was fun. I was like, that was a success for us. And then the market took over and it went from 0.1 SOL. I think what's the floor now? 0.3 SOL or something. So nobody lost any money so far. So that's cool. I like it when the people who follow me don't lose a bunch of money.